guarantee you guys are gonna see Cloud Nation in the last round though, 100%.
All right. Well, we will hold you to that, and we do hope to see each team try their hardest and get that high. And so, with just a few more questions here, at the end, like, what did you see from your vantage point to what you can work on and how you could fix things?
Basically, we just had to fix our entire game plan. Like I said, we just like weren't physically mentally ready for this event, and that's kind of our bad, right? So basically, we'll be more prepared. We'll have a lot more time to figure things out. Obviously, next match I believe is tomorrow or the day after, but yeah, definitely gonna have to work on that mental work.
All right. And so then what would you think is the biggest turning point of your team in each match?
Well, I mean, if I go look at the leaderboard here, the biggest turning point in our match, it was probably the first match actually where it was the hard point. We tried to take P2 and P4 successfully. Obviously, did not get it too well. We stood our ground, fought as hard as we could. Uh, Definitely one of the best fights I've seen them handle. Yeah, but the
All right.
overall turning point was probably uh, just like we flipped during like the domination. Our mindsets just all switched, man. I don't know.
All right. And then the last question that I'll ask you here is, how important was it to get on top early?
It's so important to get on top early. Like if you don't have that stable ground and you don't have good positioning when it comes to the map, and if you know the map very well, you should be able to what I'm saying, locate and have that like general IQ of where players are gonna be, stand, hold corners. It's just all basic, like it's all basic game material. Obviously, teammates didn't follow it. The opposition played very very well. Played extraordinarily well. Um, but yeah, basically just like we should have played harder. We should have held angles harder. We shouldn't have been running around as much. Just basic things to fix our gameplay.
All right. So then with that, I just want to thank you so much for your time, and we can't wait to see you guys back on the battlefield next time you guys play.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Tell Laziness I say GG's. Thank you, Stream. Thank you, Ham. And thank you, Leukemia, for hosting the tournament. I will leave now. And you guys have a good night. Sorry, I pushed talk on.
Yeah,
You too.
have a good night, man. All right, so we've got Kumla and Laziness representing Midnight Gaming. Um, Midnight Gaming, man, they've won their first two matches. First match wasn't too impressive. They were going against a haphazardous team, freshly put together by Diablo. They knew they weren't ready. They hadn't been practicing, so we kind of knew how that matchup was going to turn out. Game one, but now week two, cloud gaming is definitely a feat to say that you were able to beat them, and what seemed to be so easily because in a lot of the matches, Midnight would start out losing, but they were so consistent they'd come back and take the lead. Uh, Laziness, how do you feel about your team being considered as one of the best teams in the league right now, up there with Nux?
Man, it's nice to see you, man. Hope you're good, bro. I'm kind of happy about it. Grateful because, we came here to deliver to the fans, our content. We came here to actually deliver what we can bring to the table, and we knew that we had the skill enough, to dominate. But seeing it and being, like able to do it and actually execute it is actually great, man. Oh, by the way, if you can give Prince to Kumia, like I brought Kumia, one of my players. Like if you want to like ask him some questions or anything, he's here too.
Absolutely, man, and we really appreciate that. Um, Leukemia, go ahead and take it away. Whatever questions you have.
All right, if you could go ahead and just start giving Kuma some perms to at least talk, so that way we can also get his side of the story.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. One sec. One sec.
And so, wow,
Roles.
how did you feel knowing that you were going up against a team that actually had experience? You know, you guys did start falling behind so much, but you ended up catching up. And if it wasn't for the DQs, like, how would you feel? Were you guys nervous?
Not at all. I mean, we knew from the start we would win. I mean, we only knew like one player from that opposing team, so we knew we would win because it just it's not good. Besides one person.
All right. And so, Lazy, what is your take on that?
Man, being honest, bro, we kind of started trolling, bro. Being honest with you, we were not serious at the start. We didn't take it serious till like kind of like half game maybe. Cause like we know what we know what we gotta do, man. Like we know our shit, bro. And to be honest, we just did what we know best. Like win games, try to like dominate as much as we can. But either way, bro, mad respect to the other teams. Like we know a few other players, and to be honest, they actually did better than we expected. So my respect for them.
Right. And so then, tonight there were a lot of good plays from each team. So tonight, who do you think stepped up to the plate and led the team today?
You got the man himself here, bro. Kumia. He's one of the most raw players that we had on our team. Like he's our captain. He's the head. I think he did great, man. To be honest, I'll give it to him, and probably Snake too.
All right. And so, you guys did fall behind in certain games, and it was a quick turnaround. So, what was the priority for the team after, you said you did troll, and after that, what was your best priority for that moment?
Well, Kumia can answer that for me. Kumia, go ahead.
To be honest, we just on that one like map like on frontline, we just knew that we didn't even know how to play the map. So at the start, we just were struggling, and then after we like figured out the map, like we understand what to do and just played it like that.
All right. And so, you guys were being behind. What was the mentality of that, and how did you guys try to stay positive with it?
I mean, we weren't
Uh,
stressing at all, so we just stayed calm and just kept playing.
And Lazy, what were you gonna say?
nah, I was just letting that to Kumia, man. Nah, to be honest, we were never like nervous. You could say we were just scared about the cues, because like sometimes like we can go to a game and we had like a certain blowout or something, and it's kind of difficult. We got to be like more careful with the cues. Like we don't want that on the future, because like one the cue and it can like actually cost us a match. So we got to be more careful with that. But aside from that, skill, we were not worried about it.
All right. And so, like, what wasn't working for your team tonight?
We were just lazy. Being honest with you, bro, we were just lazy. But
Yes,
we got it.
I see. Yeah. We did see in the chat that you guys did play for a good like 5 hours straight. So, guys were getting a little tired right there. And we did see it a little bit in
Yeah,
the last match. You guys were falling behind pretty good, and then you did catch up and ended up getting a pretty decent sized lead on them.
yeah. I was commentating on that on the chat. Like we were before coming to the CXL league, we were playing for like a couple of hours. We were playing against T1 teams. Like teams that are actually like top NA top 10 best NA teams in America. And it's kind of like draining because like you're screaming, you're doing all this, and then you got to come here, and it's a point where mentally you need to be prepared because like you've been screaming for so much hours that you got to like keep up, and that kind of like got us to us, but we handled it very well.
All right. And so then the last thing I'm going to go ahead and ask you guys is, you know, what do you think was the biggest turning point of that last match, especially when you guys were behind a good amount of points?
Yo, cool, man. What do you think?
To be honest, I don't know how to answer that. We just kept playing normally. Like we knew like we needed to come back, but we weren't really stressing anything about it.
Yeah, man. To be honest, bro, if I'm being honest with you, it's not about the lead. It's not about if we're behind or not in the middle of the match. It's about what you do to recover, and that's what we know best. You know, it doesn't matter if you see the lead in the middle of the match, like we're behind. At the end of the day, we know that if we do our best, we can actually come back from any outcome. So I guess we got it.
Nice. So week one, Kane. Where was Kane tonight?
Kane was busy today. He was like kind of too lazy to play,
Oh
but
man,
maybe y'all see him next one.
we were excited to see him. He was the person who led off the very first nuke in the CXL. He did that game one for you guys, week one. Uh, did were you guys watching Nux play at all?
Who?
Nux. They went up against Los Diamonos.
Oh, I think I didn't. I think I didn't. I was not very like watching around.
So
Been kind
they're
of busy.
another one of the teams right now. They're undefeated. It's you, Nux, and Arctic Punch Club. But Nux was actually able to pull out a nuke as well. So we're looking right now at the fact that you guys have won 2 games and you're undefeated. Nux has won 1 game and they're undefeated. You both have got nukes. We're waiting for the Nux in the midnight matchup. Are you guys excited for that when it happens? Or are you guys preparing for that? It looks like you guys have a big schedule with playing T1 teams and everything. How are you guys going to prepare for that matchup?
Ooh, well, now that you're telling me that they nuke, I'm kind of interested on how it's gonna be the outcome. Not gonna lie. Probably we're just gonna keep our schedule as much as we can. You know, it's like we had a lot of things to do, but I think we're pretty much prepared to them. I would say that we would just have to like watch them play, see who they have, what players they have, and when the time comes, we'll just have to like go against them. And I'm guessing that it's gonna be a good matchup. I really hope so.
All
So
right,
let's see
sounds good.
what's the outcome.
Sounds like your guys' biggest thing is just, do what you know best and consistency, and that's what we saw out there. Uh, there were no ups, there were no downs. You guys just stayed at a steady pace the entire time. And what happens when you guys do that is eventually your enemies make enough mistakes that they fall behind, and now you guys have the lead, even though they had it in the beginning because you guys are so steady. So yeah, that seems like to your guys' little pattern you have going on there. So I'm excited to see you guys play up against Nux whenever that happens. I'm not sure what week that's going to be. I'm not even sure who plays next week, but I'm really excited for that. That was a really good matchup tonight. We were really excited to see you guys go up against Cloud. They are going to be more prepared as the matches go on. All the teams are, obviously. DQs are going to be less relevant. They're going to happen less often. People are going to get used to the matches and the maps and the teams and going up against. We're going to start press conferences next week now that every single team has played at least once and we have something to talk about. We will start press conferences. We're probably going to start interviewing teams before matchups too. Um, this was amazing. If you guys wouldn't have got one DQ with the Goliath, you would have won the game. The matchup tonight 4-0 against Cloud. I mean that's just crazy to me. I knew you guys would beat them, but to just think that without that DQ you guys would be 4-0 is just insane to me. Uh, Thank you guys for your time. Kumla, laziness. Thank you guys for showing up. I'm sorry I was late, but everybody was professional about it. We all still showed up. We had the match up. We got everything done in time and manner. So thank you guys for being here tonight.
Yeah,
Yeah, we appreciate
thank
it.
you.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah, have a good night, everybody. Leukemia, thank you for helping me host the CXL. Honestly, I didn't think I was going to need your help as much as I have needed your help. You have done a lot for the CXL, and I really appreciate it, man, helping out with interviews and co hosting everything for me, man. It does a lot. So, in the end, I really appreciate you.
Well, you're welcome, man. I'm very excited to see what else is going to be brought to the table. And I can't wait to see the growth and development of each team. And honestly, I just can't wait to see everyone back on the battlefield next time when they do play.
And now, is this working out better than you thought it would? How did you think when I came to you with the idea of a CXL, a COD Mobile Amateur League like the NBA and the NFL, but set up and organized like MMA and boxing? What were your thoughts? Did you think it was going to be successful? Were
Well,
you
honestly,
skeptical?
I wasn't that skeptical. I know we could pull this off. The only thing I was skeptical about was getting the teams in place and making sure that everyone can show up and be able to play. That was more of my issue, because I do see that we have been trying to do something similar like this, like the pro COD team, and there were some things that were basically getting in the way of it. And to see that we can pull this off, and seeing each team actually have consistent members showing up and actually participating in these events, it now shines the light on what we can and can't do. And so hopefully we can take this to another level and actually start getting this into a more professional and actual higher level tournament where we can have more than just your viewers here. We can have other streamers, we can have other like giant names coming in and playing for us. It would be really great to see what happens with this.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I was extremely skeptical too. I was like, I from day one, I told everybody. I said our biggest issue is gonna be teams not showing up on time, people not showing up on time, people not showing up at all, and we had a solution for it. Our solution was we were going to invite people from their friends list, just completely random people, to represent their team, or I would invite people from my friends list. And if nobody joined from theirs and nobody joined from mine, we were going to open it up to World Chat. Because these matches had to happen no matter what. I mean, imagine the NFL supposed to happen Friday night, Thursday night, and then all of a sudden you go to watch your game and it's not there. You know, wouldn't you'd be really disappointed, and you might never watch the NFL again because you don't trust it no more. So I was like, no matter what, we need integrity, we need trust, we need people to know that we can do this. We can run a league, we can create a league from ground up, and we had Arctic Punch, Heroes for Hire. Everybody showed up. Great game. Amazing game, actually. That was the very first game. It was a nail biter, honestly. And then Los Diamonos played Midnight Gaming the next game. We saw our first nuke. Everybody showed up. It was great. AMS has been a great addition. I didn't expect her to be such a lively addition to the CXL so far. Um, Yesterday we had Los Diamonos versus Nux. That was another great matchup. Nux got to show off and get a second nuke, second week. And then tonight, seeing Cloud get swept. Just, they did get one win, but it was from a DQ. So, I mean, technically they didn't get swept. So I can't say that. But if it wasn't for the DQ, it wasn't for that, it would have been a swept. So I'm really, what I was surprised at how good Cloud was. They every single match they started off so fast, so strong. They had the lead. They just couldn't keep it. They didn't hold it till the end, and that was a underlining pattern that Cloud seemed to have every single match.
Right. And so once they do fix that, I'm sure we are going to be able to see a lot more great plays from Cloud, especially from each team once they finally get those DQs out of the way, and once they start having it to where, there's no DQs on each team, and now it's just actually just based on skill and communication. We are going to see a lot of great plays from every team, and hopefully we can see some more nukes possibly in the future, or some really great turnarounds. And so far, everything is coming together nicely. We just need to get those final little touches in. Once that's done, I'm sure everyone's gonna have a great time.
Yeah, we gotta fine tune this. Communication has got to get better. These DQs, they're going to become less prevalent. They're gonna stop happening as often, obviously. Um, but they're annoying in the beginning. But people gotta learn. They gotta understand, like hey, these rules just aren't a suggestion. They're actual rules you have to follow. And so once people understand that, I think it starts to show up less often in gameplay. For example, with Midnight playing their second game tonight, we only saw one DQ, and it was from Kumla, who did not play week one. This was his first week playing, and they only had the one DQ. So I think all the other teams are going to learn from this. Heroes for Hire are going to learn from this. Arctic's going to learn from this. Um, man, we have three teams right now that are undefeated. We got Arctic Punch Club, Nux, Midnight. Midnight is 2-0. Arctic is 1-0. Nux is 1-0. Nux has a nuke. Midnight Gaming has a nuke, but Midnight Gaming has a dub over Cloud, whereas Nux only has a dub over Los Diamonos, who is 0-2 right now in the league. Heroes for Hire is 0-1, and who's our 16?
Let's see here. I believe it was Arctic, Heroes for Hire, Nux, Cloud, and the Midnight
Oh
Gaming.
yeah, Cloud. So they're 0-1 now. So 3 teams in the negatives, but that's obviously going to change. I'm excited for the press conferences. So chat, if you guys don't know how this works, we're going to let you guys physically ask these questions. So you can get into the waiting room, and we'll pull you guys in one person at a time. You guys can ask the teams that are going to be playing that week any questions that you guys might have. You guys can troll, you guys can nag, you guys can be toxic. No racial, no sexual, no mental discrimination, obviously. Um, it should be fun though. We'll also ask your guys' questions for you from chat. If you guys don't want to be pulled into the Discord, if you guys don't have mics, we will ask your questions for you. But if you want to become part of the show, and if you want to ask the teams the questions yourself, even if you're a member of another team, you are allowed to ask questions. So for example, let's pull up the schedule, and let's see who's gonna actually be playing next week. We've got week 3, Arctic Punch versus Midnight Gaming. So these two teams are both undefeated. Midnight Gaming's got 2 under their belt. Arctic has 1. And then after that, we got Heroes for Hire versus Los Demonios. And then, so Wednesday, we're going to have a press conference at 7 p.m. for Arctic Punch and Midnight Gaming. So you guys can show up, and if you guys have any questions that you want to ask Arctic Punch or anybody on her team, or Midnight or anybody on their team, if you want to ask them questions, definitely show up for that. You guys can be part of the show. And then Thursday night, if you want to ask anybody from Heroes for Hire or Los Diamonos any questions, show up to become part of that show. Then Friday and Saturday night at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, we will have the matchups, same as usual. I don't think there's anything else to talk about, man. We've wrapped everything up. We every team has played once. I'm excited to start press conferences. Um,
Yes, I definitely can't wait to see the banter between each team, and obviously hope to they keep the good spirits in between those banters, and definitely I can't wait to see what each team is now going to bring for you know the whole stream and for the whole CXL, and just can't wait to see everything happen. And so with that, I honestly think that we just have to wait until we see them on the battlefield.
Absolutely, man. I'm excited for the CXL. Are you excited for the CXL?
Oh, I'm very excited. I'm gonna go ahead and update everyone's listing on here, for who won each round and what they're standing at right now. And then also, if like you said, if they do have any questions, they can go ahead and DM any of us. We can go ahead and help them out as soon as possible with that.
Right.
And so with that, I think we're good here.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good. Guys, schedule wise, my streaming schedule is gonna be looking like this. I will be streaming afternoons, uh, all the way up until Wednesday, because obviously Wednesday, Thursday we're gonna have the press conference, and then Friday, Saturday we're gonna have matches. So every other day I will be streaming afternoons on into nights. So definitely come and hang out with me for that. Check me out on all my social medias. We have TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. You guys can subscribe and follow me on both of those platforms. Do command Discord and join the Discord if you're new to the community. That's where we hang out outside the live stream. I am about to raid Big Brain. Bruh moment. Thank you for the follow. We are ending our stream. What a beautiful night we had tonight. Everybody show some love to Big Brain. If you guys are new here and you don't know how we do this, we're going to spam EMA in his chat as long as we can. EMA, Emma. It's a thing that we say in the live stream. It means eat my ass, but I'd appreciate it if every single person would at least say it one time. Everybody, I hope you have a good night. Don't forget to tell somebody you love them. And until next time, peace. Damn, leukemia, everything went so good, bro. I know I was late, but like everything's been the CXL's honestly been going so good. I'm super happy.
Yes, sir.
It's late, man. It's 10:30. I gotta get up early tomorrow, bro. So
Dude, I definitely gotta get up early. My flight's at 7 o'clock in the morning, so I gotta get up at fucking 5.
all right. Well, at least it's only 9:30 for you, man. So go to bed now. Thank you for being here, bro. I really appreciate you. I hope I have you next week too, man. And hopefully we have Ams back. We didn't have her this week, but hopefully we'll have her next week.
Yeah. And it's not I didn't mean for the dinner to take that long. I honestly thought I was gonna eat earlier, but
No,
it's
you're good,
alright.
man. You're good. You're good. Have a
But
good
yeah,
night,
every
bro.
you too.